Welcome to Stories by Grandma. You know how when people go searching their family history that they try to see if they are related to someone famous? And you remember how we found out in our searching that Ted, my husband, was related to Davy Crockett? Well, here is some interesting information I found out about his family. Two historic American names intersected in the Shelby County Probate Court in 1850s. Abraham Lincoln sued the estate of John Elliott Crockett, a nephew of legendary adventurer Davy Crockett. Edna Clausen, a volunteer researcher for the Shelby County Historical and Genealogical Society, found several resources to Lincoln in the probate record and forwarded the information to the Lincoln legal papers. Further research showed that John Elliott Crockett was the nephew of Davy Crockett, famous, among other things, for his stand at the Alamo in 1836. James William Crockett, Davy's older brother, moved his family to Shelby County, Illinois in the 1840s. One of his sons, John Elliott, known as Elliott, accompanied him there. Elliott's own son, John, was arrested in Moultrie County in 1852 for alleged murder. In November of 1852, Abraham Lincoln defended John A. Crockett in the Moultrie County Circuit Court on the murder charge. Crockett, who was 26 years old at the time, was found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to the Alton State Penitentiary for 2 years of hard labor. A week after the sentencing, Lincoln petitioned Governor Augustus C. French for a pardon because he said, "Crockett has been from his infancy only not quite an idiot, being at least of the very lowest grade of intellect above absolute idiocy." Anthony Thornton, a co-counsel and attorney from Shelbyville, wrote an accompanying letter supporting the petition. Lincoln charged a relatively high fee of $59.87 for his legal services from John Crockett's father, Elliott. It is unclear whether the amount was for only one case or for several. John Crockett was unable to handle his own financial affairs because of his idiocy. Elliott Crockett died in September of 1855 with a somewhat sizable estate. Lincoln had not been paid for his legal services and promptly filed suit in Shelby County Probate Court for the payment. 2 years later, in September of 1857, Lincoln received $62.70 from the Crockett's estate. Anthony Thornton received the money on Lincoln's behalf. In another case, in Nolan versus Evans in the Common Law Division, in an action for slander, defendant James Evans allegedly told others that Nathan Nolan swore falsely as a witness in the lawsuit. Nolan sued Evans in an action for slander and requested $500 in damages. Evans retained Lincoln and pleaded not guilty. The jury found for Nolan and awarded $78 in damages. The plaintiff in this case was Nathan Nolan, and his attorneys were Samuel W. Moulton and Anthony Thornton. The defendant was James Evans, and his attorneys were Orlando B. Ficklin and Abraham Lincoln. On Monday, November 3, 1851, Abraham Lincoln wrote, signed, and filed pleas. He also wrote an affidavit of James Evans. I have not found any family connection to either Nolan or Evans, but the following witnesses testified at the trial: David Madison Crockett and his brother Edward, among others, and there is a connection there. David Madison and Edward Crockett are Davy's first cousins and second cousin 4 times removed to Ted. Crockett and Lincoln, two famous historical names, not generally connected in popular mind, reveal in this episode that it is indeed a small world. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.